Hey guys, Brewery 602 beer reviews here at Brewery 602 on Instagram. My name is Marcus, and today I have a beer out of Great Notion Brewing Company. I think they have several locations, but this is brewed at their Portland, Oregon location. This is Plump. It is a hazy IPA coming in at 7% ABV. Um, I've had a few Great Notion beers. I'm not sure how many I've reviewed actually on the channel, but not very many because Arizona hasn't really been getting many of the IPAs we were getting, like the what was it, like their like fruited sours and stuff like that. But not very many of the IPAs were coming through. And just recently, Great Notion has been releasing more and more beer to Arizona, and they released a series. I think four different hazies came down here, all 7% ABV. So I'm assuming probably all the same formula, all the same grist, and then just hop it differently, right? A lot of breweries here do the same thing, just have the same grist and then hop it differently, and which is I think is fine. People, a lot of people think it's cheating, like, oh, you're just drinking the same hazy IPA with different hops. Well, it has different hops. That means it's a different beer. I mean, it's different hops, different beer. It doesn't matter if the grist stays the same. If you're changing the hops, the beer is completely different because hops do different things. During fermentation, especially when you hop it, makes a big deal as well. If you hop it, during fermentation, early on in fermentation, if you're getting like the thiols and you're getting everything else to kind of react differently, and there's a lot of science that goes into hops, and you got like hop creep. You have, I mean, there's just all sorts of crazy stuff that could go on, and the timing of your hop additions. You could even use the same hop with the same grist, but you just hop it at different times, and it's going to taste differently. So different beers. So I'm all for it. Do whatever you got to do to express the hop additions, and you will be good. So this beer, as I'm recording, is under 30 days old. So actually getting to Arizona really fast. So really excited. I did pick this up at um, a tap room called Trevor's in Scottsdale. They have two locations actually, both in Scottsdale, one in South Scottsdale, one in North Scottsdale. And they have actually a really good selection on tap, and like a massive beer, wine, mead, liquor, alcohol, all that sort of stuff. It's a massive selection and really well done because most of their beer, if not all of their beer actually, is all refrigerated. All of it. Like you go into like a Total Wine or Bevmo, one of those kind of places, and 99% of the beer is on the shelf, and who knows how old it is, and it's been there for a while, and it's sitting at room temperature, and you want to keep your beer cool and cold, depending on the style. Obviously, I'll take that, but your IPAs and lagers and all that stuff, you want it to be cold. You want it to stay cold from when it's brewed to when you have it. If it stays cold the entire time, you're going to have the freshest beer possible. And those guys at Trevor's, they do a magnificent job. Even like their wines and all that stuff, they're all kept, at an angle. And I mean, it's just very, very, very well. They really care for the beer and alcohol and wine and all that stuff that they sell. So, and you can feel it when you walk in there. Anyways, just talking. Let's crack it open. Love Great Notion beers. I haven't had a bunch of their hazies because, again, they don't really come down here. And I do have my proper glassware. You can't quite see it yet. We'll find out right now. Had a buddy of mine that visited up there at Great Notion, brought me back some beer a while back, and got me a glass too. So pretty cool. Proper glassware. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. This beer is very light in color, actually. Super, super light. That is like very pale yellow in color. Almost looks like a Hefeweizen in the glass. But when I did this number, I already smelled the hops. So, but it looks like Hefeweizen to me. Even maybe like a unfiltered Kolsch kind of beer, kind of color. So obviously like Pilsen malt, some light colored malt, and probably a lot of like flaked wheat, flaked oats, or something to that effect. But anyways, you get a drive-by aroma. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm trying to pick what the drive by, because usually when something comes wafting by, I could immediately start smelling what it is. But to me, this is like more. It's not super fruity. It's more like a cake, like more like of that like marzipan. I always say marzipan, like that kind of vanilla cake and vanilla cake frosting kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of what I get with it. Oh, and there's like, this is weird. This is really weird. But there's like banana coconut thing going on with it too. So I get like a banana coconut. This is just dry by aroma. I mean, I have no. It's just initially right what I'm smelling, and initially it's like banana coconut sorbet kind of thing. Banana coconut, kind of a little bit of vanilla um, cake kind of thing. So yeah, it's very interesting. Made a deeper aroma on it. So it's like water, right? Like water, water, water. I think that's what it is. It's like a lot of that calcium chloride kind of soft water kind of thing, like a lot of soft water. Um, you know, Soft water and hops, it really expresses your hop character quite a bit, and that's kind of what I'm feeling though. I'm feeling like it's really water forward, and that's kind of the aroma I'm getting out of it. But I want to get a taste on it, so cheers. Yeah, it's interesting. It tastes like it smells, right? There's there is definitely that big water profile, like they pushed the brewing salts to their limit in this batch, where they try to make it ultra soft, but the water isn't very soft. It's still a little bit. It plays a little hard in here. The hop character does have a little bit of that coconut kind of twang. I don't know what the hops are in here. I'm gonna have to probably look it up, but it almost has like a Sabro kind of feel to it. I have no idea if Sabro's in this or not, but it has like that coconut vibe to it. And again, water is playing a big thing here because it feels like thin. Like the body is a little bit thinner than you would want maybe in a 7% hazy IPA, um, but taste is good. Yeah, so the mouthfeel I would say is minus, medium minus. It's not like again, it's not like that fluffy IPA. It's a little bit thinner body. Um, and flavor wise, again, it's like that um, coconut kind of coconut cream pie kind of thing. There is slight bitterness in there, kind of lingers in the back a little bit. Um, could be again, could be the water. Oh, I'm gonna stop saying water, but I mean, honestly, not my favorite Great Notion beer I've ever had. So, I mean, if you've had this before, let me know. If you had it. I mean, this is super fresh, right? Less than 30 days old. So, um, I think I'm having it like at the opportune time right now. So, I mean, it feels. I was going to say it feels rushed, but that's not what I mean. But it feels like it doesn't feel like there are other beers that I've had before. I should say, that feel that um, they were executed the way they wanted to execute them. To me, this one feels like the water profile is off a little bit. Don't know why. Could be wrong, but whatever. Right? My channel, I get to say whatever I want to say, and um, you know, whatever. So I'm not going to hate finishing this beer, but I would say like overall grade on it for hazy IPAs, especially hazy IPAs have been having lately, especially in Arizona where the game has picked up quite a bit. And nowadays, hazy IPA is like turbid, hazy, super, like luscious kind of thing. This is still like back in the day kind of hazy where just came up and this is your new hazy, like you have heady topper or whatever and you're like, that's not really a hazy IPA anymore. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. So I mean, I would probably go, I would say A minus on it. I'd say a 90. I'd give it a strong 90. Um, not a bad representation of the beer or of the style, but it's kind of not where the style is going right now. It's like going extreme. If you like the the way they presented in the past, you're gonna love this beer. So, anyways, I've talked long enough. A lot more, a lot longer than I normally like to. I do appreciate you guys watching. Again, my name is Marcus. Brewery 602 Beer Reviews at Brewery 602 on Instagram. Please follow, like, and subscribe. Cheers. Great Notion. This is actually a really good beer. Sorry. It sounded like I was bashing it and stuff like that, but whatever.